Well, hello, good afternoon on the 28th of September to an update from Piddle in the Marsh. I've been nagged at trying to do this, I should say, from Paul the Leprechaun Sheedy, but it's not quite as easy as he would like it to be, because unfortunately my health is causing me a lot of problems at the minute, which I can go into a bit later on. But we'll just have a few bits running first. You've got the 66 with the yeomans here, and finally I picked up a new one. So we had 14 in the rake now, and the odd one out is the one with no Y on it. But these trucks are quite hard to come by. They seem to be like rocking horse droppings for some reason. There hasn't been too much happening on the way of building the layout because it's mostly done. Although I will say to Jonathan at Endor, he was having fun fitting the blue solenoid motor last time he did a video. I have had yet another one fail, and I would strongly advise anybody using them to forget it. They're a waste of time. There are much better motors available to do that. But, I did put up a little video of the Class 70 when I got it, and I have now acquired 4 of the Lafarge tankers, because I used to haul cement for Lafarge with a 44-ton truck, of course, years ago, so they do have a bit of a soft spot for me. Need to get another 3, but it's like everything else, there's so many pounds in the wallet, and I haven't got enough at the minute, because I've been signed off work now for 8 weeks, so it's not fun at the minute. My old faithful First Great Western DMU coming round. Anyway, there have been a few new bits to show you. If we go over there first to the bit of scenery over there, I'll show you what that bit is. Now, I've had to park my backside because I just can't stand up for long. But if you remember last year, I did put some bushes on top of the hill here of the light green variety, and I suggested that it was still lacking a few. So on my annual pilgrimage to Model Railways direct in Portishead, we bought some more dark green ones and have populated the centre section, as you can see there, with a few more bushes, which has improved it no end. There's a 66 going around again, my one and only 66, because I detest them. And there's the wagon in the middle with no Y on it. Now this 77 I picked up from, 70, not 77. I've been reading a book on the Woodhead, that's the trouble. The 70 came from Rainbow Railways. Now I don't know where he'd had it, or he'd just found it hidden behind something, but when it came, all the grease in it was absolutely rock solid and didn't want to work, and I had to basically strip it down, and it runs like a good one nowadays. Absolutely beautiful. But the bogies do take a bit of playing with to make them work. Now today, unfortunately, I have turned another year older. I'm now 62, and a birthday present to me. But it's aimed really at my wife Emma, who can beat a pneumatic drill when it comes to snoring, but she's not taken any notice at all. But I thought it was a bit funny, so we've added it to the collection on the wall. Another new bit that's arrived is a number 92 bus, which is currently sat in the car park of the Cock Insider pub, and this is for the Hazel Grove to Stockport, or Manchester as I think it was, run. Now I'm sure I'm aging for definite, even though I've just told you how old I am. when I was a nipper, we used to live in Hazel Grove, up in just south of Manchester. And I remember jumping on these things as a kid, with my mother or father hanging onto a set of reins behind me to stop me running off, which I did on a regular occasions. So it just had to be had. So that can be there as part of the vintage rally that's going off. And as you can see, my wife Emma is still persisting in having her Doctor Who convention here. She's a pain in the backside for it, she really is. I'll turn around and there's more appeared. I've just noticed that the flipping Dalek's having a spin on a roundabout, and a Cyberman's waiting for his turn on a slide as well. She gets worse, she really does. I'm going to have to sort her out with this. But I also have to sort out Mr. Sheedy, who keeps sending the damn things over to her. Don't you, Paul? Hello and welcome back. I had to give in yesterday. We're now on Sunday the 29th of September. And I'm sat down because I just can't stand up at the minute. But there goes the 70 again. My brain works terrible with these damn drugs. And some of you did see, I did put a short video up of it, that I had acquired the cross-country HST at long last, which Dapple had been producing, shall we say, for a long time. Anyway, I managed to acquire 3 extra coaches for it to make it so it's 5 and the length of all the others. And one of the things I can do is sit on my backside and do small things, so that is exactly what I've been doing. So as you saw, all the carriages are now lit up and they've all got lights in. I've not used the Dapple lights. I've been using tram fabric ones, which are cheaper than the Dapple ones, and I'll be perfectly honest, I find them easier to use and better, because I can cut the length of the wire off that comes with them, for the plugs, and solder them on so that they're at the correct length and not miles too long like the Dapple ones are. And so they don't glare like they do when you get them new. I find if I just dab a black marker pen, barrel type marker, over the LED, it just dulls them down enough so they work nicely. Now with the, which I forgot to tell you, the 70, I got 4 of these Hoppet tankers, and 3 of them are actually weathered. One is still pristine by using Humbrol weathering powders. I'm sorry if it's a bit jerky, but things are not right, and I have problems. As the old Farish 150 runs through and the HST comes back round for another session. Now the other thing I have done with the HST, and I suppose I can give you a quick demonstration. I did go and see my friends over at YouTube's earlier this month, and we acquired some sound for it. So it's got all the usual racket that a YouTube's HST will produce. So I've now got the camera on one hand, so it was a bit shaky. I do apologise. And you've got the engine sounds. So there you go with that. I'm going to turn it off because otherwise you won't hear me. So I fitted sound in both power cars, so it sounds like a proper one when it passes you. Oh, there's the 70 and the old favourite 60s. My one and only Class 67 and DB Schenker. So we'll move on. Now this next item is a bit special for me because I've been wanting one of these for well over 4 years, and I've finally caught up with one, which is the first Great Western's Dynamic Lines Livery HST, which when it comes round again you'll see, no doubt. I managed to get this as a book set of just 2 coaches, so we had to find some more. Unfortunately, a guy up in Prestatyn, who I got the original one off, the HST that is, found me some coaches in his extensive stock. That's MD Totally Trains. Not the cheapest, but his stuff is cosmetically just about perfect. Although the coaches I have had to pull in pieces because somebody has pulled magnetic couplings out of the couplings, and as they have done so, they've all gone shooting back into the underbody, so I had to pull all the coaches apart to reset all the couplings. Here's the C one. So they've all been in bits. It's had an extensive clean. I expect the Dapol motor will decide to fail, as all Dapol motors usually do, in a great cloud of smoke. They're exceptionally good at that, Dapol, although they do appear to have listened, from what I can gather, that the Class 59s that they've just done and the new 66s that they're going to do are going to have the same motor in as the Class 50s and the 68, which seem to be bulletproof so far. As John at Exhaven will say, Dapol motors are terrible, because he had one have a right good bonfire in one of his steam trains. But I'm really pleased to get the first Great Western HST. I've wanted one of those for a long time, and yes, I have fitted all lights in it as well, again Tram Fabric ones, so I'm rather pleased about getting that. The other thing I had to do with the first Great Western loco is fit a new wiring loom in the dummy car. The dummy power car, which is the one at the front, because whoever had sold it to them in whatever way had obviously been playing games, because when I came to take the blanking plate out, because it had obviously been run on DCC, sorry, on DC, not DCC, the blanking plate wouldn't come out. It was actually glued in, and on further inspection of the whole thing I found that the wires underneath the board were actually glued in with what looked like Evo stick, or evil stick as I prefer to call it. So a complete new board was purchased from DCC Supplies at Worcester this time, and fitted and sorted. But this is probably one of the few HSTs which has a 6-pin decoder in one end and an 18-pin in the other. But it works, and I don't care. Right then, welcome back to Piddle in the Marsh, further on Sunday. And this is my next thing, which is a present to me. Now, yes, there's only one 68, but you try getting 68, they're like rocking horse droppings of the ones that I want. So I have acquired Brutus, which I got for a bit of a cheap price because one of its buffers is missing, which if you look carefully you might just see on the back side of it. And from Rainbow Railways I purchased two of Revolution Trains nuclear wagons, which have caused some problems, to put it lightly. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the models at all. They're absolutely great. They roll freely and run lovely. But they had fitted the shortest couplings that you can get for them. So much so, when they were sat on the straight in the yard over there, when I first got them, you could barely put a piece of paper between the buffers. So they were absolutely useless. And I tried long couplings and nothing. And because of the sprung coupling that Dapol fit to the 68, that self-centres, which works great for most of their stuff. As you can see, I have fitted Hunt couplings, the pivotable ones. So there is now a magnetic Hunt coupling set between the loco and the actual first wagon, and one between the other one. And this allows it to run round beautifully. I don't know whether you can just make that out there, but they are there. Out of the 8 versions available, if I remember rightly, I picked 5 and 8, but it could be 6 and 8, just to be different. I will say this cross-country HST from Dapol is probably the smoothest running one that I've got. It is absolutely beautiful. And this one run around no problem at all without Hunt couplings on it. They will be fitted when they arrive, as for the other one as well. But unfortunately, Hunt couplings don't have tons of them in stock there. I think they make them as you want them, but it's grand when they're on because nothing comes apart. But at the minute they're both being propelled with the power car at the back, just to be on the safe side. Now I am on the lookout for another 68 to go with the 2 nuclear flasks, preferably one that is a complete demic, although I think I'm going to be very unlucky in that department because these are one of Dapol's best locos. They just don't seem to fail at all. They just run and run and run. I have 2 of them already, so this is number 3, and they just work. There's no issues at all. Other than the second one, which was the Oxford Flyer, which I got in Chiltern livery, which pulls the network rail train. It had its the wires, the sheathing came off. That it was falling off for some reason. I don't know what had happened because I got it second hand, and I've had to put new wires into both bogies. But works fine now, so I'm quite happy with that. So that is basically the update. Now if anybody is really interested in what is up with me, as you know I've got blood cancer called essential thrombocythemia, and I became intolerant to the drug that I was on, hydroxycarbamide, and it's caused me lots of side effects and breathing problems. So they put me onto another drug, on which I felt absolutely fine through most of August. I've had tests and all sorts of tests before that though, just to see what it could be, but it's literally an intolerance to the drug. So I got put on this other drug and I was absolutely fine. I even went back to work doing 5 days a week, which was great. But then for no apparent reason, it just stopped working for me. So I am now waiting for a drug which is some form of interferon, but it is in exceedingly short supply, so I'm led to believe by the hospital, and I've got no reason to doubt them at all. Taunton Musgrove Hospital has been absolutely fantastic. I can't fault them. So I've just got to wait, and they've signed me off work because I'm just not fit to do anything at the minute, and I am back on the old drug, which that's hydroxycarbamide, which is causing me all the problems, sleepiness, I'm unsteady on my feet, I can't walk, I'm constantly tired, and also my brain doesn't work as well as it should do. So I'm not fit to drive for Morrison's at the minute, so much to my disgust I'm signed off for 2 months so far, and I've got to hope I get the drug soon. And that at the minute, as to whether I get the drug soon, is in the lap of the gods, because I believe it is a production problem and it's going to happen when it happens. And to be perfectly honest, there's no guarantee that one of the new drugs will work for me either, so we'll have to see. And the other bit of news that I have got, as most of you know, I also have a second channel called The Innocent Tales of Piddle Folk, which some of you will follow, some of you don't. But I've been having problems with Google over it, because the Americans just don't seem to understand plain English. But the one that caused the most problems for me is episode 68, which you have to bear in mind everything is meant to be tongue-in-cheek and a bit cheeky, otherwise it's not worth doing. And it was entitled Meat and 2 Veg for Pussy. Now, pussy in this country is a lady's name, and we all know what meat and 2 veg were, and I was referring to at the time about a Sunday dinner, or a dinner after meal if I forget. But YouTube accused me of basically making a porn film. Now, how you can make a porn film with an engaged model railway, I am yet to understand, and they can't tell me either. And yes, we have had a few conversations, and I might as well have banged my head against a concrete wall, it was that bad. So I have removed all but one episode from YouTube, and The Innocent Tales of Piddle Folk is now available on Odyssey, which is ODYSEE, which is exactly the same as YouTube, but doesn't have all the stupidity on it and censorship. And I will warn you, there is some weird stuff on there, but there is other model railways on there as well. So The Innocent Tales of Piddle Folk are now on Odyssey. I will leave you a link in the description if you want to go and have a look. Although I'm trying to write another one at the minute, but my brain just does not want to function. Well, that's the story so far on the Instant Tales of Piddle Bag. Excuse my finger getting in front of it. And that is the current updates for September 1924. Sorry, 2024. See, I told you my brain didn't work. But by the time it goes out, it might be October. Hopefully I'll be sorted with the drug by the next time you get to see and hear from me, and I'll be sounding a lot more happy and full of the joys of Christmas than I am now. So thanks for watching and hearing me waffle on, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.